Hey, I don't really know how to start this. So I have been meaning to do this for a while, and just an update video about what's been going on, why I've been so quiet. Um, I've been putting it off for a couple reasons. One of the big ones just being I don't know how to do this kind of thing, um, and I was a little apprehensive about doing it. Um, but there's too much to talk about in just like a tweet or a post. So uh, earlier in July, my dog Ollie had gotten sick. He'd gotten really sick. He was in and out of the vet uh, twice in 1 week, throwing up. Couldn't keep anything in him. Just getting kind of dehydrated. We had him in twice, and it seemed like he was getting better. And I had been really stressed out that week because of that. And things were finally starting to look on the upswing. And during that time, Sarah got a call. Actually, I didn't get it. Sarah got a call from my sister or my mom. I can't remember which one, saying that my grandpa was in the hospital and it wasn't looking good and we should make plans to come say goodbye. And I don't think it really connected at first. I haven't really seen my grandpa in 2 years, um, due to COVID and everything. Also, he's been suffering from dementia for a long time. And the last time I talked to him, like he knew who I was, but he was talking about things we had never done, places we'd never been to together, things like that. So it was really weird for me. I didn't really know how to process that, um, and I took that week off, drove halfway across the state to see my family, see how they were doing, and go see him and say our goodbyes. And I I know why people do that. I've never really understood it on a personal level, especially in situations like that where I don't know if it was good for me or not to go do that, because my grandpa was always this larger than life figure. He always had stories to tell. He was always doing things. Up until he was 98, he was still going out and doing volunteer work and things like that. I mean, the man was unstoppable. He won five, or he was awarded 5 Purple Hearts in World War II. He was one of the first people into one of the first American soldiers into France for like D-Day and stuff like that. Um, and seeing him there on that bed, like it didn't even look like him anymore. And luckily Willow was there, and she is such a champ. She was definitely the big kid in that room, um, doing all the talking, to him, making sure I'm okay, saying goodbyes, things like that. Um, but we visited him. He didn't wake up while we were there. Uh, Left. We came home, and the next morning, I got a call from my mom saying he had passed away during the night. And I still have conflicting feelings on whether or not I am okay with how I said goodbye, just because I don't know how to do that. Somebody who's clearly, they're not conscious, they probably can't hear you. I don't know. Um, but yeah, so we had that, and then during that time, Ollie took a turn for the worse, and he got even sicker. He was in the vet 3 times that week. He spent a day on an IV at one point. The vet said his colon was so dilated. It's actually pushing up against his other organs, and it was the most dilated colon she'd ever seen on a dog his size. He had to go on like medicated food, like wet food, but it was practically a liquid diet at that point. And dealing with that, like him getting really dehydrated, having to go in, get an IV, that brought up a lot of memories with other pets that I've had. That I've had dogs my whole life. I've only ever had one die of old age. So that brought a lot of stuff up to the surface. At the same time, I'm dealing with my grandpa and trying to come to terms with all of the feelings I've had during the last 2 years. One, from not being able to see him. Two, knowing that he has been suffering from dementia and finding out, like I've been away from it. I live halfway across the state from the rest of my family, so I was shielded from a lot of that. I didn't see it. I didn't see him getting confused and yelling or hitting people or things like that. But I'd heard a lot of stories, and I had carried a lot of anger with things that he had done and said to people that I care about. And there was just a lot of conflicting stuff going on, and I sort of just, due to the stress of it all and not being good at dealing with emotions and the anxiety, just kind of broke down for a bit. I spent like 2 days in my basement on the couch, just doing nothing. I don't even think I was trying to come to grips with everything. I was just trying to, I don't know, if I could have gone to sleep and stayed asleep, I would have. Like, wake me up in, the fall. But needless to say, I was dealing with a lot. I was going through a lot of stuff. I've never been good at processing strong emotions. I'm not always good at figuring out what it is that I'm feeling, just whether or not it's strong. So I had to figure out all of that, flip-flopping back and forth between like being numb and exhausted and feeling nothing, and like being really angry and really sad and all these kinds of things. It really threw me for a loop. I think I was awake for about 3 days at one point, just because every time I would go to sleep, I'd wake myself up with like just nightmares, or I'd be clenching my jaw so much in my sleep that I eventually chewed a hole on the inside of my cheek, actually. But I was dealing with all of that. We're about halfway through July at this point. And I had been planning on taking off a month in August, because we always take a vacation in August, so I always miss a week of uploads. And I had been feeling a little bit of burnout for a while now. I've talked about it. And I was like, I'm going to take August off as sort of like a sabbatical month, a mental health month. And with all of that stuff going on, I figured I'm just going to take off the rest of July too. And just try and get back on an even keel, because like I still want to stream and I want to make videos and things like that, but the energy level wasn't there. The excitement for a lot of it wasn't where I wanted it to be. And I knew I didn't want to stop, because I don't want, like, when I stop doing all this, it's going to be my decision, and I'm going to do it with a bang. I'm not just going to peter out. But I think I've been needing to take a break for a while, a good proper break, and I'm terrible at taking time off, but I needed it, and this kind of pushed me to like, okay, I have to do it. So yeah, that's been the plan. That's why I haven't been streaming or uploading any videos, and that's why I won't be uploading any videos for August. I do plan on coming back to stream soon. That's a little less, I don't know, it feels a little, even though I'm dealing with other people, like if I'm recording, I'm just on my own. Something about it seems a little less work. Like, I think it's, less editing and things like that. Fewer times a week. I don't have to edit and upload 5 videos a week with that. So I'm going to start streaming again soon. I don't know when exactly. I've got some fun plans for that. Going to go back to Story of Seasons again, finish Indigo Prophecy. I've been thinking about doing LA Noire. My birthday's at the end of the month, and my goal is to try, if I'm feeling up for it, come back to like 4 or 5 uploads on the YouTube channel a week at that point. Right, like there's a couple games that come out right then. Psychonauts 2 comes out right before then. I'm really looking forward to that. We're gonna do something fun with that. But I'm not gonna push myself. I'm really trying to learn how to take time off and rest and relax. Mixed results. But yeah, that's what's been going on, and that's why I haven't been online at all. I appreciate everybody being patient. Some people have reached out to me to check on me. I really appreciate that. I am looking forward to coming back when I'm ready. We're getting close to Scarytober. I got to start working on that at some point soon. And I almost have all of the prizes and giveaways and everything ready for Extra Life this year. I'm really excited for that too. I just, you know, life gets messy and complicated sometimes, and you're not. Sometimes you have to. I'm terrible at this. Not listen to your brain. You know, you put things off until suddenly you're drowning in it, and then you've got some big life thing going on top of it all, and it's just a mess. So I don't know. I don't know if any of that makes sense. I'm terrible at talking. Not only am I terrible about feeling my emotions and dealing with them, but apparently I'm not great at talking about them either. So Ollie is doing a lot better now, though. He is almost back to 100%. Yeah, and I don't know. I guess that's kind of all I have to say. Except, again, I appreciate everybody who's reached out and everyone's patience. I don't think I've lost a ton of subscribers or followers or anything like that, which has been a nice surprise. I was always worried, like, oh, you know, if I take any time off, I'm going to lose a bunch of followers or my sub count's going to go way down. And doesn't seem like that's happened. So that was pleasant. I like that. Thank you, everybody. But yeah, that's what's going on with me. So I will be making an announcement about coming back to stream soon. I don't know when. We're going to be doing some chill streams, and we're going to be finishing some stuff, Indigo Prophecy, and playing some other things that I've been looking at for a while. I guess that's it. Yeah, thank you everybody for watching this. You know, I've been trying to make this video for a while. I didn't know how to do it, and then I realized I just had to start talking. As usual, if I just start talking, my mouth will find its way. So, thank you all. I hope everybody's been doing good and having a good summer. You guys all rock. I'll catch you on the flip-flop.